Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. Upset, mood kharab. What a हम अपने प्लेयर पे कुल्हाड़ी मारना क्या बोल सकते हैं इसको अपने प्लेयर पे कोर खाला बैकग्राउंड नहीं करे. I mean it was in our hands at one point and it just slipped away. Seventh consecutive final for Australia. What a team. I mean they're definitely one of the 2000 जो से मैं बोलता हूँ generation 2000 men Australian team जो थी. This impact I think could be a little bit bigger in the women's department. I have with me a very upset fan who's already ready for the tonight's match in Manchester United shirt. But I know for a fact उन्हें आज बहुत upset है, आज बहुत उनका दिल टूटा because he had a lot of belief yesterday also that India will bring something to the table and they did, fair enough. But yeah, Musa, how you feeling, and yeah, man, what are your thoughts?
I don't have words, man. I can't. I can't believe it. One more time, another knockout game, and the reason I asked you to host it because I really like I am lost for words because I've seen this a lot of times, but this time I couldn't believe it. Bro, the captain was batting. The captain was on top of the game, sweeping down the ground. Chakke lag rahe the. This was the moment. This was the time to beat Australia, but yeah, man, I know it's a sport, you have to take it. It's just upsetting. Of course, we'll get over it and we'll move on to the next game, but I have to feel bad, man. It was so close. It was 39, what is it, 40 of 32, 40 of 33 before
Yeah,
she got out, and cash out. Okay,
30. Yeah, she brought it all the way to 40 runs थे जब चुने out हो गई थी. And it was just shocking because I think she got tired is what I saw because I mean she is one of the more senior players in the team.
And she
You
had
can't say
fever. I know that she had fever,
yeah.
but still, man, like she made it to the crease. I don't know. Bad कैसा वो हो गया फंस गया वहां पे मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा. I still can't get over it, man. It's going to
एंड
be
एलिसा
difficult.
हीली का भी दिमाग देखो आप उन्हें देख ली कि कुछ भी करे हाथ जल्दी फिरा दी उन्हें. A lot of wicket keeper
Yeah,
let that go thinking कि भाई जान दे भाई, but Elisa Healy को भी आप credit करो कि the way she used her head and saw her feet coming ahead rather than the bat. A very big turning point था यार. I mean जान दे भाई अब क्या कर सकते बोल के हो रहा, लेकिन I was like every minute heart attack हो रहा था मेरे को कि भाई जीत सकते आ रहो. Even like दीप्ति थोड़ी बहुत बाउंड्रीज मारने की कोशिश करी, she still managed to get it to something, but when she got out it was like चलो भाई अब तो like there is no way that we're getting back into this. But let's go from the start. India poor in the fielding as well, drop catches, man. But an opening partnership between Beth Mooney, Elisa Healy. Yeah, how did you see that opening stand? And your thoughts on Indian fielding? Uh,
I felt that opening stand was working in India's favor. They weren't getting out. Even you see, Alisa Hillier striker was under 100. She wasn't getting away with it. Then she got frustrated. She got out. Then was the moment. Beth Mooney got frustrated, went for the big shot straight to long on. Dropped a sitter, man. Yeah, you can't
Shefali.
yeah, you can't drop those kind of, and that's where I got frustrated. The first time and the second time, I just lost it was 100 got out. But those two moments were crucial. Like if you can't when she's when the planners work, the bowlers have done their job. The fielders let them down, and mind you, Meg Lanning was also dropped. It wasn't just
Yeah,
uh,
Beth
what's
and
it?
Ashirisha, yeah.
Yeah, it's she was also dropped. So fielding was poor. They let go. You only कैसा मारी डाइव भाई अलीसा पेरी एंड में देखे जब
Oh, that boundary
अरे
saving 12 of something 16 था, and yeah,
हाँ
that boundary was something
कैसा
else. Yeah.
मारी
उन्हें
डाइव
क्या sprint मारी भाई, उन्हें she covered deep mid wicket से she covered third man, bro, like that is
हाँ.
something else.
तो आप जब वो छोड़ेंगे catches, then think okay, then you leaked runs. There was poor bowling in the death. I completely agree. It was a poor death bowling, but this is the difference. If you see, every time I keep thinking, how are these guys choking? How are they losing these kind of games? How's it happening? Then I realized, I took a backward step and I saw they're reliant on individuals. India, if you see, they don't have a full bowling attack which can put constant pressure 20 overs. Batting wise, they don't have 8 batsmen who can keep attacking. They're relying on 2 to 3 batters. That's it. So if you saw today, the top 3 got out early, and then what happened? You had the sublime partnership. Richa Ghosh, a bit of contribution. The Deepti Sharma single double. She doesn't have the power hitting that Ashley Gardner does or Atalia Magra does. Australia have 11 players. That is the difference. So Australia knocked that 1 wicket away. They just need to get Harmanpreet somehow, and that's why they're getting these victories. It's because you're relying on 2 to 3 players, whereas Australia have 11 players. And that's the difference. And I'm not of course, I'm really sad and everything, but this Indian team is actually doing well to compete with Australia. But of course, if you're going to look at it from a different angle, आप जीते हुए position में थे 2-3 matches में in knockout. Whether it was the same situation as the final of the Commonwealth. The commentators भी वही बोल रहे थे that the same situation. You let it go again, and the reason is that you're relying on 2-3 people, whereas Australia have a full team, whether it's bowling or batting.
And that's what we spoke about previously also, right? They're individually oriented at this point of time. Smriti got
Yeah.
out, and then Jemima came in one match, and then Richa came in one. Harmanpreet was not working. I think अगर आप final से just थोड़े घंटे पहले भी लो था, India were a little bit, disheartened going into the match because भाई पहले तो उन्हें Vatsakar was out, and then you had signs that even the captain is uncertain. So I think वो थोड़ा it does take a toll on you. Until the 14th over, 15th over, they were 99. It was very tamed, very controlled. But those 3 overs, I think, are the main culprit. Obviously, the last one that's a given, chalo death over है. But अगर आप 15th, 16th and 17th, Rana, Yadav and Renuka का आप देखो back to back boundaries खाए पूरे तीन के ओवर में. It was 99 and the next over it went to 113. And then it just kept on increasing, and that was something where I felt India lost control and started going into that panic zone. And yeah, I think at the end of that 17th over, they were 137 from a 99 spot. And that's where they accelerated and took their chances and started blasting. But obviously, the last over where she bowled a full toss in the last ball, and it was just a very bad show. An 18 to 22 run over, I think. A 16 to 20 run over, I think. And I think Renuka was to blame. But yeah, I mean, कुछ कर नहीं सकते at this point of time. Just learn from your mistakes and stuff. Coming to the Indian batting, man, we thought Shefali Verma, Smriti Mandana, कुछ तो करने वाले हैं आज, जरूरी है आज, and yeah, Shefali went ahead and got down, and Smriti Mandana's LBW. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah,
The
I thought
opening.
he hit the bat, but then that DRS proved me wrong. It was out again. She has an issue with Ashley Carter. This is not the first time. She cramps her for room again. That happened today, and
Exactly.
she paid the price. Got out. Shefali, she's young. She will learn from this, I'm sure. She's still only 19. Whereas, then Rastika Bhatia, I think Chirag Bhai said, before, she's not been doing that great. She showed that again today, but she got run out. But yeah, you
Very poor.
expected top three, you didn't. But then the way Jemmy and Harmanpreet batted, that was next level batting, man. Counter attacking. मतलब आपका गेम खत्म था वहां पे 30 for 3, मगर आप जो लेके आए वापस रन रेट के साथ, मतलब फर्स्ट बॉल टॉप, दोनों बाउंड्रीज मारे ऑफ द फर्स्ट बॉल, Jemmy and Harmanpreet, and they were batting with such
Exactly.
fluency, such composure, आराम से खेल रहे थे, जबरदस्त शॉट्स चल रहे थे, and Australia were under pressure. But then Jemmy plays a loose shot, and then Harmanpreet just, I don't know, what do you call that, man? I don't understand, how that run out, you call it a blip or brain fade, like Steve Smith said it before.
Brain
I don't know,
freeze.
but yeah, I know she had fever. She just recovered from fever and everything, and you could tell there was a lethargic effort there. But yeah, these things.
Lackadaisical. In FIFA, there was a term that used to lackadaisical.
Watch your games. उसको खड़ा रहना जरूरी था, because this is not the Indian team of the men's team, जहाँ पे अगर हार्दिक आउट हो गया, उन्हें कोई आके अक्सर मार देता, ऐसा नहीं है. Dipti Sharma is not like Akshar Patel. It's different over here. So you need your main
Also,
player.
before we get into that main run out, even the Yastika Bhatia run out, it didn't look like a run at any point of time.
Yes, he was-
उनो मुंडी नीचे करके भाटिया नाम है आपका, भाग्या नहीं है, भाटिया है, भागो ना को, मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया भाई, तू भाग रही कहीं को, and Jemima was caught perplexed. He अरे आप कहीं को भागे दीदी वो, आप भागे कहीं को.
यार देखो, वो मैं समझ सकता हूँ, प्रेशर था, समझ सकता हूँ इन द सेंस दैट प्रेशर था, दे पैनिक्ड एंड दे गॉट आउट, ओके. मगर हरमनप्रीत का मेरे को इसलिए इतना बुरा लगा बिकॉज़ आई डिडंट नो व्हाट द हेल हैपेंड, वैसा बैट चिपक गया था ग्राउंड में, एंड सून एज दैट हैपेंड फर्स्ट, that's the only time I gave up hope in the game. That was the only time that run out, and the equation was in the hand. It wasn't like bhai 20 runs and over. Equation was in the pocket, but because I know that they rely so much on her, or on the middle order, that I knew that the game was going to slip from there. And yeah, man, it's just disappointing. Let's just take a few comments. Yeah, sorry.
Sure. Let's take
नहीं, बोलिए.
मैं ये बोल रहा था कि अगर अपन जमाइमा का इनिंग्स देख रहे हैं, क्रूशियल था, बट ये माइंडसेट इन्हें पुराने मैचेस में कहीं को नहीं लाती. व्हाई डजंट शी ब्रिंग दिस कंसिस्टेंट अप्रोच? वी सी अ टेंडेंसी ऑफ गेटिंग स्लो, राइट? बट इन्हें एकदम से ये आके किराक मोमेंटम ले लेके चलना शुरू कर दी थी फ्रॉम द बॉल.
अच्छी थी पिच, अच्छी थी,
बट उससे ज्यादा मेरे को लगा उसको समझ में आ गया था भाई कि अगर अपन मारे नहीं अभी अपन पैक है, and that was the situation. If no one did hit and start hitting, and then Harman came and also started
But
finding the
they were
gaps.
allowed, like the thing is, like they were getting value for the shots also. Sometimes आप मारने जाते पूरा all out हो जा सकते हैं, but like they got value for their shots. And
Hmm.
you're asking why she didn't do this before. Look, she had one good against Pakistan, one small innings against Ireland. After that, yeah, like she didn't have the greatest thing. But today was the day, right? Today was the day. Like it counted. I wouldn't care what happened in the past today. But what I'm upset is about how she got out. Like वो जो
Hmm.
shot खेली उन्हें, it was not needed
Yeah.
at that time. Just need to be a bit more sensible. I understand, and that's the thing. Like even on a good pitch, if you play one false shot, you're going to be under pressure. But until then, it was commendable. The way she was batting, her timing was immaculate, and she was finding the gaps with these, Jemmy.
Yeah, it's high time we look into our bowling and fielding. Fielding though was very poor, and bowling, especially the fast bowlers, and I think it was a combined effort. I mean, combined effort of failure rather than a combined effort of anything. Yeah, it has been letting us down. And like Mustafa mentioned करा भाई पहले के मैचेस में एक बॉलर एक जगह पे शाइन हुआ, कभी रेणुका शाइन हुई, फिर कभी पूजा शाइन हुई, कभी स्पिनर शाइन, दीप्ति शाइन हुई, बट टुगेदर अगर इंडिया परफॉर्म करी जिस दिन अपन जीत जाते थे. And this was the day that we wanted it to happen today. And I would still say 15th over तक 99 runs पे we tamed Australia, but then they gave it themselves away. And I think वो 3 over जो बीच के हैं in the last over obviously, but the 3 over in the middle, I keep repeating myself because we kept leaking runs in those 3 overs in the middle. But yeah, so bowling and fielding wise, how do you assess? How do you think we can improve? Where do you see the gaps?
I think you need to get another fast bowler in who can bowl at the depth. Where Renuka is great with the new ball, but she doesn't have a partner. And if she's going to get hit once in a while, like she's had a good tournament until now, she's going to get hit. You need a proper partner. Shika Pandey is not like on that level right now. She's also coming back after a thing. Even if she's there, you need an extra fast bowler. I know Pooja Vesakar was in the wings. She got fever, but not like a bit more quality. I think that's what they need. And then spinners today, I think Sneh Rana did a fabulous job. She coming straight into the. She wasn't in the squad. She was in the stands in the last game and like clapping and like wearing jeans and shirt. Now she's suddenly playing. So I think she did a fabulous job. But the spinners have to improve. I think get a leg spinner in, get maybe a quality leg spinner. Yeah, and look, they will improve. I'm sure of that. They're getting closer and closer. I know that, it'll hurt a lot. But what can I say, man? I think it's just you just need to try to learn from your mistakes, but you have to more than that. You have to improve your quality. Look at Australia's level; it's a very high level. A game where they didn't play well, Australia in patches, they still managed to win the game. That you have to grow that mentality. You need to have, you shouldn't panic because you see Harmanpreet's reaction when she got run out. Like she threw the bat. Okay, fine. We feel bad for the bat. That is completely. I understand her reaction. But then the way she was talking to Deepti Sharma, she didn't say anything wrong or anything like that. But like it just sets panic on the new batter. Just let her go and bat.
Mm.
Whereas Meg Lanning, you saw how she was captaining or she was thing.
Exactly.
So she
She
was
kept
very
patting the back and kept
she
clapping. Yeah.
actually got back yourself, Ashley. Like when she got hit, that's all she said, and she let her go. I'm not saying it's. I'm just saying that's the mindset you have to grow, and that will grow when your skill also grows. On skill level, also you're not on the level of Australia. You're relying on 3-4 players. Those 3-4 players are highly skilled. Harmanpreet can be she's on elite level, like with the Australians. Smithy is there, elite level. Shifari will get there, but then you can't just rely on 2 or 3. You need to have 11. Australia have 11 quality players, so that's a difference. I let out my frustration. Now focus on United big game.
How did you let out your frustration? Could you let us know, please? आज तो बहुत खुश हुए. आज ही दिखते भाई इन्हों जब ऑस्ट्रेलिया थोड़ा बहुत भाई सुधीर भाई कभी हारे जब भी आओ यार, ऑस्ट्रेलिया खाली जीते जब मजे
वेलकम
लेने
ऑल
आते.
फैंस, आ जाओ आप. वेलकम वेलकम. मतलब अगर आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया को सपोर्ट करें तो हैट्स ऑफ. जबरदस्त लास्ट ओवर फ्रॉम
Last
रेणुका वाज
over,
कंप्लीटली
yeah, was completely
was
poor, and
it.
I don't know. I mean, why did she get so tensed about it? I mean, she's an experienced bowler and stuff. I know nerves and death over एक चीज है, but जिस तरीके से full toss on डाल रहे थे, wayward था काफी, and yeah, I mean, it was sad. You gave away like 20 runs, and that really slipped away. Bad.
इसका बदला अब
इसका
इंडियन टीम
बदला इंडिया में इंडोर में लेगी. और ले
Yeah,
लिया यार,
like
बदला तो
this was the moment, Profess. This was the time to win the World Cup. The IPL is coming. Everything is in South Africa. This was the time, man. I'm like heartbroken. I can't believe it. At one moment, we needed
not
30.
all stories have a happy ending, I guess, huh?
But it's since I've been watching women's cricket, it's happened like maybe 7 times now, man. This is exact repeat telecast of the Commonwealth final. At
7 times से याद आया मेरे को बाप. Meglaning, man, is captain 7 finals. How do you do that? Australia is something else. 7 finals back to back. कोई
Yeah,
I
what
don't
you
think men's
do?
में
Yeah.
मेंस में भी कभी नहीं आए
And I tell you something, like this team has weaknesses, and India exposed that today,
एक्सपोज
right?
दैट या
They have weaknesses. It wasn't a smooth sailing for them, but her captaincy is nice. She doesn't flinch, man. She doesn't flinch. She knows exactly what she needs from her bowlers, and they just keep going 39 of 30. What Chirag Bhai is saying, bro, that's in the pocket. There's no way you're losing this game. But she's very calm. She understands the opposition. She understands her team. And this team, like, is not that solid compared to her team maybe 3, 4 years ago when they used to cruise to victories in knockouts. It's not going to cruise. But, like, she's getting victories out of them, man. Like, it's just incredible. Very,
herself
very good.
herself putting an exam making herself an example and staying there until the end and getting the total up to 170, that was also something. But seven finals मैं तो कभी लाइफ में नहीं देखा आई डोंट नो
तो देखे
क्या
तुम फैज, हमारे पास जैसा लाइक इन लोग दोनों जबरदस्त मारे, हरमनप्रीत और जेमिमा, इन लोग के
जर्मनी
पास बेथ मूनी, उसके बाद मैगलैनिंग, उसके बाद एशी गार्डनर कैसा के मारे,
अश्विनी
फिर
जी
वो ग्रेस हारिस आके भी, हारिस आके फर्स्ट बॉल 4 शी गॉट आउट, बट लाइक फर्स्ट बॉल 4, एंड उसके बाद तालिया मगरा भी नहीं आए भाई बैटिंग करने, बहुत है उन लोग के पास, इट्स स्टैक्ड. But yes, but like I think with the ball they have issues, and I think if it's a final against England, it's going to be a really good match. At one moment we needed 39 of 30, and then Deepti took that whole over, and it went to 38 of 24. That's the problem. Look, India don't have
मोमेंटम
batting.
चले आता ना एंड
India don't have
मोमेंटम चले
batting.
गया था
After Harmanpreet is just Deepti, and she's a single double player. She can hit the odd boundary. You don't have batting. Sneha Rana is like a bowler, like tailender type, right? Like उन्हें मार दी एक boundary once. She was unlucky. I think that's जब उन्हें dive मारी थी Alisa Perry. Apart from
या
that, like that's the problem. You only have like batting to like 5, 6. After that, you struggle, and that's why the choke happens. That's why the pressure happens and everything, and you fail. It's because you don't have the skill that level. The lower order doesn't have that skill to finish off games. You don't, they're not of the
but
quality of Australia.
but yeah exactly and that's when the top six have to really pull up their
Yeah,
socks
and
and
that's where Harmanpreet run out. Like that's the thing. And Jamie's thing. That's why we're critical on them, is because we know that like it's in the, and they had Australia on the mat. You could see like they were deflated a bit. Like they bought a lot of extras today. जब ठाक boundaries मार रहे थे in the beginning, you saw they started even Darcy Brown. Was it Darcy Brown? The
yeah
one you were talking about yesterday. She
yeah
started also bowling wides and everything extras, and they were under pressure. They were rattled a bit.
yeah they went with 8 bowlers Australia 8 bowler na dale and like they got rattled like you said wides 8 wides no balls which you never see with this Australian discipline हिल गया था they were not able to pitch the ball in the correct areas like
Yeah,
wide and stuff like that there was one instance where they were shocking because Mithali Raj also got a little bit patriotic it's like how is that not a wide where I think it was Isha Ghosh who moved all
You
the
saw
way and
her
it was a
also when
wide
she
bro
wasn't
she was
commentating,
she was in
when
the stands
Harmanpreet hit
yeah
that four, she was like this. Like I
yeah
feel bad, man. Like what can you do? Repeat करते हैं अपने failures, not learning at all. India men cricket जितना popularity चाहिए तो criticism भी उतने level पर होगा. Can't go soft, and they're playing well and all, but they're not on that level also. Like if you see the team, they're not on the level of the Indian men team. Like there are big holes in the team. Skill level, I'm talking about. Like if you see fast bowler में कौन है भाई? एक ही bowler या दो bowler है आपके पास. Spinner वो level के नहीं है. आपके Australian spinners are of higher quality. England spinners are higher quality. So I think India actually like the number 3 team in the world. They will compete with England and Australia. They'll beat South Africa. They'll maybe slightly better off than New Zealand. But apart from that, they're the number 3. If you see on skill wise as well, they don't have the level of Australia and England. Yes, today was it, and I told you also yesterday, individual brilliance. That's what we need, and we got that. But one ran out and just changed everything.
yeah
भाई
100%.
सीरीज हटा सकते हैं क्या? टूर्नामेंट ऐसा होना कि डायरेक्ट फाइनल्स खेलना है? नहीं भाई, देखो इट्स पार्ट ऑफ द गेम. आप देखो विनिंग एंड लूजिंग तो होते रहता. It was a very good match. It was very thrilling, highly entertaining. Imagine it went in India's favor, we would all be going crazy celebrating. It's part of the game. You can't do anything about it. I think semi-finals need to be there. I understand your pain, sci-fi, but it needs to be. Yes, I agree. Where is Ron bhai? He's partying with McLanning. They are beautiful also. Who is you talking about? Who is beautiful?
And what are they? Islamabad beat Zalmi. Power poor approach cost them as Zalmi went from 81 in 8 over to 158 in 20 over. Baba was 40. Yeah, Babar bhai is selfish man. अपने runs बना लिए no.
उल्टा बोलते रहे परसों तो उल्टा बोल रहे.
But
भाई
yeah,
कल
I
क्या
mean,
मैच था? नहीं वो मुल्तान वाला, ओहो खतरनाक मैच
yeah,
था.
TV है. बोल दे।
चक द इंडिया वाइफ सारे एक कमेंट पढ़ के आए थे।
वाकई वो चक द इंडियन का वैसे उसमें वुमेन्स और मेंस में एक मैच डाल देना, फिर जो भी जीते वर्ल्ड कप जाएंगे। आई थिंक वो सिचुएशन बोल रहा अबू बकर, बट yeah, I mean, you can't compare the men's and the women's cricket at this stage, but I think where Ashish is coming from is just saying that, you know, if you want to gain that much popularity, not in terms of skill, but I mean, criticize तो करना पड़ेगा आपको, you can't go soft on in that
करो
terms is what
भाई,
I'm saying.
कौन
अच्छा,
रोक रहे?
आशीष भाई, आशीष अच्छा मेरे को मैसेज करो भाई, तुम रेणुका क्या करी, मतलब स्मृति क्या करी भाई, तुम उल्टा क्यों खड़े हैं? मतलब स्मृति क्या करी भाई, मतलब अरे ठीक है भाई, सबकी
नहीं,
गलतियां
आप
हैं, बट
क्रिटिसाइज करो, देखो लाइक विद इन लिमिट्स, so आप क्रिटिसाइज करो, कोई वो नहीं है, दैट इज कंप्लीटली फाइन। मगर आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू टेल यू लाइक द रीजनिंग बिहाइंड इट, आई एम नॉट गिविंग एक्सक्यूजेस लाइक यू लॉस्ट द गेम, लाइक यू शुड हैव वन इट लाइक
and you lost
100%।
it from a winning position, and the winning
And this is
position
not
came
the
by,
first time. I understand
yeah.
frustration. I understand the frustration. Magar, yeah, what can you do? You can't do anything if it's done. Like it'll come again. Hopefully next time they do. You have to keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Like you can't give up. You gotta keep going. And I mean,
नहीं,
prof,
बात
आपका prediction नहीं हुआ।
मेरा तो हुआ भाई।
क्या है यार?
एमआई का स्टॉर्म सीरीज नहीं हो पाएगा, हाँ।
मैं सच बताऊं, मैं 100% कॉन्फिडेंट था इंडिया जीतने वाली है आज। I didn't flinch,
मैं
like I didn't flinch today. I was so confident, man.
मैं तो
I
मेरी तो प्लेयर खेली भी नहीं।
भाई
बट
मैं बता रहा हूँ फैज, उन्हें जब स्वीप किया, I just didn't want to jinx it, so I didn't message you, but I was telling you हरमन in my brain I was saying फैज देखो हरमनप्रीत my captain my, उन्हें जब रन आउट हुए यार मैं कुछ टूटने वाला
योर कैप्टन रिप्लाई कर दूंगा मैं।
but
व्हाट
she
आर
batted beautifully
थॉट्स?
huh today.
Yeah, the thing with her, what I noticed it, man, the way she easily finds the gaps. वो इतना सुकून से खेली उन्हें, और you know, and that shot that she plays offside पे over the infield, जबरदस्त. She took her time, she waited for the ball, she wasn't जल्दी जल्दी खेलना है, जल्दी जल्दी situation didn't let you know, get the better of her. I think at some point I just felt that she got like, जो है ना, थक गई थी, and mentally she didn't understand कि अरे मैं bat किधर डाली, and फिर she started like, I think she just lost her self for 1 second, and that 1 second of weakness, you know,
Lost
that's
to the
what it
World Cup.
ultimately happened. World lost you the World Cup, and immediately इन्हें आउट होते कि वो एमएस धोनी की फोटो आ जाती और इनका टीम जीत गया। मैं बोला यार ये क्या है, हर चीज में एमएस धोनी
Yeah,
पे वो।
सही है, वो गलत कंपैरिजन है, उसमें तो जडेजा मार रहा था ना, यहाँ पे खुद मार रही थी।
लेकिन वो भी याद करो, आप इन्हें वर्ल्ड कप रेस भी करके आए, तो apples and oranges. What are your thoughts on Australia ODI squad for India series? Consider that they are coming back
I don't even
to
care,
India
man.
for, and
I haven't
right
looked
now
at it.
Mustafa Bhai is in women's department में है of the shopping, not in the
I
men's.
didn't look at it
So,
completely. I saw it, but I didn't analyze it yet. I'll look at it and I'll get back to you Ibrahim, by tomorrow, hopefully.
because they
But
have a lot of players coming
Maxwell
back,
there.
like
Maxwell is there.
Maxwell. I
Yeah,
think Stone is also there if I'm not wrong.
the
I
thing is,
haven't like
Maxwell
checked.
came back from his leg injury. He played a Sheffield game. In the Sheffield game, he got injured on his finger as well when he dropped a catch, or like, oh, he's trying to save the boundary or something. So I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if he's gonna make it, but he is in the squad, so that's good. फील्डिंग बहुत बैड थी इंडिया की भाई, वो भी बहुत बड़ा फर्क था। उन्हें ऑस्ट्रेलिया कैसे डायवा मार रहे थे। आई नो Lisa Healy dropped 2 catches, one was extremely tough, one you expected to catch, but their ground fielding was superb, man. The way they were, and they took most of their catches, so that is the difference also up. Like the fielding needs to be improved as
See,
well.
basically around you gave, if you caught Elisa Healy on one, and if you got Beth Mooney on 32, you basically subtract like about 40 odd runs, right? 40 runs चले जाते हैं टोटल में से आपके, because 24 ज्यादा मारी, एक रन पे आउट हो जाती थी, उन्हें 32 पे बोलते हैं 18 या 20 रन आप उधर दे दिए, आप उधर ही 35 रन दे दिए आप, एंड मैगलानी को भी आई थिंक ड्रॉप करे थे। तो आई मीन समवेयर डाउन द लाइन, इफ यू डू द मैच, वी जस्ट shot ourselves in our foot and leave everything aside. It's just like you felt like Harman would do it, and yeah, Harman कुछ बेचारी अब क्या कर सकते, not well, and a lot of things that are going to factor, but yeah.
39 of 30, man. Like, that's also another thing. Like, you got there, you made up for the field. And I think the commentators, WV Raman or someone mentioned that one thing I'm, really happy with India's performance in this when they were batting, when Harmanpreet was batting, was that they didn't let the bowling affect them. They continued to play, continued to fight, and they got there. Like, they didn't allow those mistakes to, like, screw with their batting. They were focused. They were trying to attack Australia. They continue to attack. They lost wickets. They continue to attack, and they got the run rate in check. So that was a very, very good, performance up until then. And then after that, run out pura change again. स्मृति केएल राहुल है बिल्कुल.
नहीं, कंसिस्टेंट बैक टू बैक परफॉर्मेंस दिए उन्हें, तो आई डोंट थिंक स्मृति केएल है। एंड ये टॉपिक आज बात नहीं होंगी केएल राहुल की। Do you think it will benefit Australia that they are playing another ODI series in India in September? Oh, in September they're playing another. So, yeah, I mean definitely उस हिसाब से तो they'll understand the conditions much better. थोड़े बहुत pitch थोड़ा fresh भी रहेगा, so they'll know what's coming, and yeah, भाई definitely. अब अगर India be smart and play in those pitches which are not in the World Cup, then that's a different thing. But yeah, it definitely will help you to understand the condition and get acclimatized. So yeah, 100%.
Hmm. It will benefit them.
But yeah, I mean, all in all, a sad ending. But yeah, man, I just my head can't wrap around to the fact 7 consecutive World Cup finals. जो एक अलग ही stat है भाई. It's like how do you do it and how consistently can you do it? And yeah, I think वही चाहिए champions mentality एक होती कि you know you will be able to get the victory and stuff. कहीं ना कुछ slip up होता है and you have to capitalize on that. That's exactly what Australia did. हरमन out होते कि they managed to get Richa, and then Richa के बाद Dipti, and yeah, everyone just fell through. And
That's why they were think they knew that they were 1 wicket away. आप इसका wicket निकाल लो हरमनप्रीत का, you're in the game, and that's exactly what happened because India have a very long tail, and even if it's runner ball, they're going to struggle. So and this was just above runner ball, so the pressure was built, and they just completely twisted that pressure. And that's what champion teams do, right? They've been in this situation before. They in the Commonwealth itself, they did that. They just repeated it. How they do it, I have no clue. Otherwise, I would also be a
yeah.
successful captain. So I don't know how they
Oh,
do it, but
ये है
it's
कि even McLanning as the captain was a little bit stressed because she was not able to find inspiration. नहीं मिल रही था ना, कोई bowler आके उसको कोई confidence भी नहीं दे रही थी कि भाई मैं 4 के 4 एक साथ डाल सकती हूँ, because everyone was getting either smashed or
but
giving away the
she
extra
had
8 bowler use करे.
but she had that, like she could give it to someone else and try. We couldn't try. हम लोगों के
Yeah,
पास 5 ही बॉलर थे तो और रन पड़ गए
exactly.
उसमें. Like they knew exactly कान line length किधर है. यहाँ पे आप it still took a bit of time for the Indian players to understand, like if
हाँ.
both Elisa Perry and what's her name, the other girl Talia Magad, they didn't bowl extras and stuff like that, then their economy would be good as well. So the extras really think, but it actually changed the line and length. Then the Indian batters had to adjust to the spinners, then fast bowlers. At least she had the options to play with. India didn't have those options. So
Yeah.
that's another thing. And like you say, like you can blame the captain in the last 3 or 4 overs in terms of field placement and bowling changes. But at the same time, you take the catches, then you're going to praise the captain. So the captain can't
Yeah.
have control over everything. So you have to take
Yeah.
your catches as well. Like what Shifali Verma, that catch was like you need to take those catches. So
100%. And I think kahin na kahin everybody will have to assess themselves. You can't, I think coming down on Harmanpreet would be very hard. Yeah, only for that run out part, I would say कि हाँ भाई गलती करी उन्हें, उधर जाके थोड़ा जोन आउट हो गई या टाइम ऑफ हो गया, क्या हो गया एकदम से गाड़ी ऑफ हो गई. बट apart from that, she did whatever she could best, and yeah, I mean it's just unfortunate. साउथ अफ्रीका और इंग्लैंड में कौन सी टीम हरा सकती है ऑस्ट्रेलिया का? कंसिडरिंग फॉर्म मैं बोलूंगा इंग्लैंड, बट अगर आई थिंक मुस्तफा भाई बोलेंगे साउथ अफ्रीका जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ होम एडवांटेज.
no, I think England have a better chance, but
Yeah,
yeah, South Africa they'll also have a chance because of the home thing. But अगर आप player for player देखें तो England has a much better. I agree with you. I think England की team बहुत
एग्जैक्टली.
तगड़ी है यार. You have Skeva,
उन्हें
you
तो भाई क्या फॉर्म में, उन्हें क्या की खा रही है,
बहुत
उसका
तगड़ी team है.
उसका
वही है,
ड्रग टेस्ट करो यारो.
साउथ अफ्रीका के पास होम क्राउड ये वो है मगर उठा नहीं पड़ना प्रेशर like
हाँ.
because their players again like they have really good individuals, but as a team, as a collective, they're not as strong as England and Australia. Now if they embrace the crowd and they use that energy in a positive way, then it can become difficult for the opposition. But if you start making mistakes under that, then you feel more pressure and the opposition will just trounce over you. So that's where South Africa have to be, like if they're in a position 39 of 30, they need to keep going. They can't do what India did today. So that's going to be the difference in that game. South Africa have a chance to beat England. I'm not going to say no. I think they have a very good chance. But again, those individuals who make the breakthroughs or score the runs, they have to continue. They have to keep continuing.
Yeah,
And whereas England
100%.
can play baseball like till the end if they need to. So they could do that. Like
And yeah, I think England really study their oppositions well, because like they know who to attack after and who not to attack after, and they know situation agar different. I just India or Pakistan के match देख लो आप, it was a different situation in both the game, but they played according to the situation. Like you have experience there in Xavier, you have Knight. तो इन लोगों को मालूम है exactly कि भाई अगर situation था ऐसा बना लो, they can change their temperament and play. And I think that's a crazy thing, because
it's a
अगर
good
आप
it's a
पाकिस्तान
good
का मैच हो
challenge.
ना, मार थोड़े, yeah, exactly.
like in terms of experience and youngsters, like you have Capsy coming in before it
Yeah.
was, Danny White. She's played a lot of cricket, so she's experienced as well. Heather Knight, we know, Nance Giver has experience. Catherine Brunt has a lot of experience. So it's a
Hmm.
good mix of experienced and thing. And Eccleston, she's very young, so but she's doing really well as well. So I think it's a good balance. And if England do beat South Africa, it's going to be a very good final. I think it'll be a high quality final because they're two strong teams, and England will have a good chance. If they make it to the final, they can beat this Australian team. It won't be easy, of course, because Australia have that thing. उन्हें एलिसा हिली पागल हो जा सकती, उन्हें बेथूनी भी पागल हो जा सकती, कोई भी मार ले सकते हैं. But I think तो टक्कर का मुकाबला है इनका ऑस्ट्रेलिया इंग्लैंड.
I think England just have to really discipline and their line and जिस तरीके से करते जा रहे हैं पूरी टीम. I think वो सिचुएशन में
हाँ,
ऑस्ट्रेलिया.
और अब देखना इंग्लैंड पे प्रेशर पड़ता क्या क्राउड से या एटमॉस्फेयर से, बिकॉज अगर प्रेशर पड़ा दे मेक मिस्टेक्स देन साउथ अफ्रीका इन द गेम, बिकॉज इंग्लैंड एज वेल इफ यू सी देयर गुड इन द फील्ड लाइक ऑस्ट्रेलिया देयर प्रीटी गुड, दे सेव द बाउंड्रीज, डाइवा मार देते, कैचेस अच्छे ले लेते, द डिसिप्लिन टीम है वो फील्ड में. तो अगर दे स्टार्ट मेकिंग मिस्टेक्स एंड क्रैक अंडर प्रेशर देन साउथ अफ्रीका इन विद अ गुड चांस. प्लेयर्स टू वॉच आउट फॉर
Tomorrow.
या
I think it was only one in my head, man. Nats Xavier के अलावा Eccleston है, but like that Nats Xavier, man, something else.
and from South Africa.
I think the captain for me. The captain has been one like leading it good. I mean, she's only got 20, 20, 20
Loose.
usually, but more important, yeah, loose.
I think I'm gonna go with Eccleston and Shabnam Ismail. But Natskiver is a really good shout. Like I'm not gonna disagree with that. I think she's been
Yeah,
the
and
player of the tournament.
I mean, even the opener, what she could also be good, but
Danny White.
yeah, she's been phenomenal
She's
as
the
well.
one or the other one? Is she the one who's a huge Virat Kohli fan? Like in 2014, she said Virat marry me or something. Remember in one of the games before the
I'm
World
not
Cups
sure.
used to be the same time as the men. So the match used to happen, then the men's game used to happen. Remember?
Yeah.
And then I think
They used
2018.
to watch, in the ground. They used to
Yeah,
watch in
then
the ground. Yeah.
2018 that changed. Now it's separate. They have their own tournament. But again, very good match, scintillating stuff, thrilling. Not the result we wanted, but I think overall it was a lot of fun. It was good quality cricket. I
It was
enjoyed it.
heartbreaking, heart thumping, and
Wrenching.
everything. I think
Yeah,
everything
I
happened.
think
Yeah,
so. Like, of course, especially when you have the game in control, wo ho jata. And also, Fez, if you look at it, one point I wanted to make, the top order also shouldn't have got out that early, man. Like, you
exactly.
give, I mean, shouldn't is a harsh word to say, but if you give contribution,
Should have tried. Should have tried.
You saw Elisa Healy, strike rate under 100, but she contributed 25 runs.
And she got a life, but also.
She got a life, but she made 25 runs. Beth Mooney also, no,
32.
Elisa Healy got a life.
Yeah, they both were dropped, right? Elisa was.
No,
I think
Meg
Elisa
Lanning
was
was
dropped on one. Who was dropped on
Meg
one? Meg
Lanning.
Lanning or
That was Meg Lanning.
Okay.
Meg Lanning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, so 25 or 26. What happens is then you have wickets in hand, whereas India didn't have wickets in hand. इतने अच्छे run मार रहे थे, but they were still 3 down, then 4 down, then 5 down. Whereas Australia had wickets in hand. उन लोग खाली 4 विकेट खोए पूरे इनिंग में. So that.
और अपन वही तो बात कर रहे हैं कि भाई जब शिफाली वर्मा 20-25 मारती शुरू में आके बहुत अच्छा कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्टर है वो. बट आई मीन फिर भी अगर आप हर चीज को देख लिए भाई, you made up for everything, man. Like Harman made up everyone's problems. She took it on herself and she finished off everything, man. But
I agree.
And she herself, then like क्या कर सकते हैं? But yeah, speaking of England also, like कल है ना second test भी England versus New Zealand.
अभी थोड़े घंटे में शुरू हो रहा है शायद.
थोड़े घंटों में, 4 घंटे 5 घंटों में शुरू.
It's not a day night, so it'll start early kickoff in New Zealand. Yeah, I hope it's a bright sunny day and enjoying the grass banks. Meg Lanning and Beth Mooney were dropped. Yeah, so Elisa Healy wasn't dropped. That contribution of Elisa Healy, you can say the striker was low and everything, but she made sure there was wickets in hand. And it was India were bowling quite accurately in the beginning with the new ball. It was decent, so she was sensible about it. I think at least one person should have stayed there and anchored the innings, and that didn't happen. And especially knowing that India have a long tail, you kind of keep affording to lose wickets like that. So
yeah.
I
mean, I would really even like just 20 from Smriti, 20 from Shifali, somewhere कुछ ना कुछ change होता था क्या context of the game approach, but like I think this 2 wickets also sort of ignited थोड़ा एक आग लग गई दोनों जमाइमा में और हरमनप्रीत, and they came out attacking with all arms. I think that also helped.
कड़क शॉट खेले
भाई जो तरीके से ने मारे उसको लगा ही नहीं कि 2 विकेट आ गए उन्हें, तो बस आरी छोड़ दे रही मिड विकेट के ऊपर से cover के ऊपर से, and yeah, it's just like a good innings from both of them. But the way she got out again, I was upset. Jemima, like Harmanpreet, yes, but even Jemima, like थोड़ा calm down कर लेना था.
Yeah. She said Harmanpreet can't feel unluckier than this. We got the momentum
Yeah.
back with Jemmy to lose from here. We weren't expecting this. Tears. Why the way I got run out can't be unluckier than that. Putting the effort was important, and we were happy to go to the last ball. We wanted to fight till the last ball. Today we wanted to chase two, so that was fine when they chose to bat. Oh, even after losing first two wickets, we knew we had a good batting lineup. I should credit Jemima. She gave us the momentum. Happy to see some good performances. Overall, we played some good cricket. Today was something where we wanted to play our national game. Few of us did that. Errors in the field. We again gave some easy catches away. But when you have to win, you have to take your chances. We can only learn from these. I think she was very upset.
Of course, she would be because कहीं ना कहीं जाके उनके ऊपर ही भांडा फूटेगा एंड भांडा खाली उनके कैप्टेंसी का नहीं बट उनके लाइक उनकी विकेट का एंड सबके गलतियों को सब सही कर दिए थे यार दैट्स द थिंग everyone's out of jail and she's like in like jail right now
I can't believe, like, she might not get a World Cup. Like, what is she now? 32, 33? Like, I don't know if she,
33
like, she's 33.
she's 33 yeah
So I don't know how many more World Cups she plays. She doesn't win a World Cup, that's going to be really sad, man, because she deserves it. Like, the way she plays in big games and leads the side and makes India competitive, she deserves a trophy. But again, apne haath mein rehta qismat, and yeah, I can't do anything. Like, ho gaya, move on to the next one. When is the next World Cup, man? I think another 2 years, right? So until the next tournament, you just gotta keep going and keep going. And
yeah and
I hope that, like, more players like Richa Ghosh, Shefali Verma, they produce. So I think because that under 19 World Cup they did win, so I'm hoping that in the future you will have a better team overall, like, which can put both with the ball and bat, like, can put
yeah
constant pressure, and you have a team for all occasions. Agar aap Australia ka dekho bowling lineup, they can play on a turning track or they can play on a green pitch as well.
green
If you
pitch
see
yeah
bowling lineup, like,
yeah yeah
it's sorted for all conditions.
yeah
So I hope that India also starts developing that. At least what your strength is, spin, make that like high level, make it elite level, so that when pitches do wear and tear, you can make the most of it and make it difficult. IPLW से बहुत फायदा होगा, सब other team player की कमी और strong point पता चलेगा.
yep बिल्कुल एंड you'll understand कि जैसे आप बोले कि उनका कमी है स्ट्रॉन्ग के अलावा भी एक टेम्परामेंट भी मालूम आ जाता है कि कैसे सिचुएशन में ना कैसा खेलते हैं एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट सो आई थिंक वो भी एक इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है कैसा उन लोगों को आप ब्रेक कर सकते वो सीखते तो डेफिनेटली एंड दैट्स व्हाट आईपीएल एक्चुअली ओवर द इयर्स मेंस में भी अपने में अगर देख रहे हैं तो वही चीज हेल्प करी काफी लाइक धोनी को तो बहुत
यार
हेल्प करी
जीते नहीं कुछ भी. like 10 साल से कब कब जीते लास्ट 2013 में नहीं,
13
जब से
या
जीते नहीं
13 में
यार.
और वो भी इंग्लैंड में कैसे जीते यार वो फोड़ दिए थे सबकी बट या आई
वो
मीन
भी भाई, वो भी हल्लक में था मैच फाइनल, याद है
फाइनल
उन्हें.
क्या
उन्हें तो कौन था पकड़ा कैच, रवि वोपारा का कैच पकड़ा था स्क्वायर लेग पे. उन्हें धोनी की फील्ड प्लेसमेंट थी वो. मैं
हम्म
मानता हूँ सर, बट दैट वाज गेम चेंजिंग. उन्हें तो वो भी हार जाते थे. आई थिंक ईशांत शर्मा वाज bowling or something, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like it's amazing spectacle and everything like that. Will it improve Indian cricket? Only time will tell. Like, we really haven't won a tournament like in the
I mean,
last.
doesn't improve Indian cricket. It's just like every other team will learn something of the other, and you understand better, about Indian condition not only but also like other players from different countries. वो तो चीज है, and obviously unity and whatever. But हाँ, अब
The
utilization
thing,
आपके ऊपर है.
the thing is also, Faz, if you look at it, you pick any league. If you look at it, when you're playing international tournament, you're playing the best 11 of that tournament. Whereas an IPL team is not the best 11 of that city or anything like that. It's just like
Yeah.
उसमें से आपको 7 Indian करना है, 4 foreign करना है. So you're someone like a Johnny Bairstow sitting on the bench, right? Johnny Bairstow will walk into any team if he's if there was no rule. He's sitting on the bench. Or, for example, like Punjab have quite a few players. One will have to sit. So that's the thing. Like, you don't have 11 top notch players playing at the thing. I'm not saying that it's not a good spectacle. It's always fun to watch IPL. I enjoy it, but like that quality won't be the same as international level. आप अगर आके जैसा उन्हें टिवाटे आके मारेंगे, he won't be able to do that consistently against Australia or South Africa or England, like every single season. So that's the difference, because every team will have holes, especially now with I think 10 team है नहीं.
हाँ. Yeah, I mean, समझ सकता हूँ कि इंटरनेशनल
मार्कम को कैप्टन बना दिए.
फिर कैसा जबरदस्त लॉन्च मैं बोला ना कल लॉन्च हो जाता है मार्कम ही बन रहा बोल के उस फॉरेन वालों के लिए जरा अलग इंतजाम रहता ना. लोकल
But
रहता
like, I actually wanted him to be captain before this Sunrisers thing, but I think this just nailed it. If he didn't win that, maybe he wouldn't have been captain.
Yeah,
That's what I feel.
100%.
but I think that
सवाल में उठते थे ना भाई, अगर किसी और को बना अरे यार वो चैंपियन चैंपियन तुम्हारे सामने
अभी
बैठा
नहीं
हुआ
बोल
है।
सकते कुछ भी, बिकॉज उन्हें अंडर 19 भी जीता वर्ल्ड कप एंड ये भी जीता शायद, राइट? तो
हाँ ये आगे आज जाना भाई, मजा आने वाली है उसको देखने में।
Markram is the captain, baby. Salute. So yeah, it'll be good. Let's see what happens. But yeah, I think
शुक्रिया या शुक्रिया मेहरबानी माकरम है मसला। कैन वेट फॉर इट।
yeah, it'll be fun, man. I think another what month to go? 1 month and a half. Yeah, 1 month almost. So I
वन
can't wait.
मंथ इन 1 month and 8 days probably, 1 month because 28 days का है, so yeah probably 1 month।
कल क्या प्रोडिक्शन है?
कल मेरे को ऑनेस्टली इंग्लैंड का दिख रहा है क्लीन स्वीप।
मेरे को भी, मगर मैं साउथ अफ्रीका जा रहा हूँ। मगर South Africa. I'm going South Africa. Home crowd, home. This is the moment to lift, and yeah, it'll be a big moment for the country if they can, go to the final. I think the everyone will be backing them. So I think the atmosphere will be buzzing. So let's see. I'm not sure if IPL will help our orange cap winner is completely shit in World Cup. So that is the thing, like because he's coming up against Shaheen and then Haris and then thing, or like if you want to pick England, you have Archer and Mark Wood and Sam Curran. Whereas यहाँ पे आपके पास एक आध bowler है target कर सकता है आप IPL में. International cricket में it's the best of that country, right? So the margin for error is way less in international cricket, whereas
I
IPL
mean
में
देखो अब वो भी है ना कि like Mustafa said, I mean if he said it on those lines maybe कि आप 1-2 महीने खेलते साथ वहाँ, बाकी के 10-12 महीने आप साथ ही खेलते, so there's a very big difference in that aspect and your
and
tactic
quality
in a
was
team।
also आपके
And T20 का 50 over and test में तो obviously it'll be different
but
and
अब quality
T20
भी देख लो on level. If you take like a international team plus an IPL team, put them together, there's a huge difference because आपके पास restrictions है IPL टीम में, आप पूरे प्लेयर को खिला नहीं सकते because of the foreign rule and everything. तो उस हिसाब से like वो level का
But
फर्क
you
है.
do encounter certain situations like crisis and stuff where that will help you in the bigger stage as well, like जैसे मुंह में से मैच निकालना या मैच खत्म करना, तो ये चीजें तो रहते हैं हम
मगर फर्क
100%।
ये है कि उसमें रजत भाटिया डाल रहा बोलिंग और उसमें लाइक वहां पे
अब जैसे you can take back to the camp like अरे धोनी कैसा सोचता, आर्यन ऐसा सोचता, अरे उन्होंने ऐसा सोचता, like you can take those things back to the camp and discuss it। Obviously Dhoni is smarter or any other captain would be smarter
and
not to
maybe
use it
that's
like
what why Dhoni after a certain time didn't win trophies in the last few years, right? Maybe
yeah
that's
he didn't।
because people started reading him and stuff. Maybe I don't know. Like
11 में जीता, 13 में जीता, उसके बाद तो 15 में धोनी was captain।
yeah, he
No,
was
Kohli was
captain 16.
captain।
He was captain
16।
15, 14, 15, 16. He was captain.
Yeah, yeah, he
But
was
I don't know. I'm reading too much into that. But like, yeah, that's the thing. I think it's more to do with the quality. International level is much higher. वही है भाई, उन्हें IPL में मारता 100 बोलते उसको ले लो टीम में, वैसा थोड़ी चलेगा. It's not going to happen like that.
yeah।
And you got sucked into that so many times, and you face the wrath of it in a World Cup. You pick players based on IPL performances, and you got slapped in World Cups. So like you have to consider international form. You need them to play international cricket as well. So that's where it that's what it comes down to.
100%। And what are your picks for tomorrow? What are we looking at?
I picked Ecclestone and Shabnam Ismail. I think
Ecclestone।
look, Shabnam Ismail, even if she doesn't pick wickets, economy rate, if she can keep that in check and keep it below 6, put pressure on South Africa. Actually, if I'm trying to suggest people like picks, then I would say go for Marizan Cap and Nat Skiver. Those two are the best picks right now, all rounders. But I'm going with Shabnam Ismail. I just feel she'll have a very good impact in the game. If South Africa are to win, she needs to pick up some wickets, but also keep that economy in check. And she has the
Check।
pace to double England. Whereas Ecclestone, she can control the game with the 4 overs, right? Get wickets, build pressure, make it difficult for the batters, and increase the dot ball percentage. If you see when she bowls, like ball एकदम से circle से बाहर ही नहीं आता कभी कभी, so like that's what she needs, more of the same. But yeah, if I want to give a suggestion in terms of fantasy picks, then I would go with two all-rounders, Marizan Cap and Nat Skiver. And you've already picked, I think, Nat Skiver, right?
Nat Skiver, yeah।
WTC फाइनल के लिए कोई सेमीफाइनल नहीं है, वो ही जीत लो, नहीं तो ड्रॉ ही कर लो यार।
अब यह है कि डायरेक्ट फाइनल खेल रहे, तो दैट इज आल्सो समथिंग है। एटलीस्ट एक्सपीरियंस तो है WTC का फाइनल का, दैट्स ओनली पॉजिटिव वे यू कैन लुक एट इट। एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया से खेल रहे, आई नो डिफरेंट कंडीशन रहेंगे, डिफरेंट वो प्लेयर्स तो वही रहेंगे, So अच्छा है कि आप यहाँ पे अच्छा rolling in the mud with them and you understand what their tactics are usually. Uh, England is a different ball game, different kind of pitch, more seaming wicket. It will favor Australia, but I mean any kind of homework that you can do with whatever you have, थोड़ा बहुत help तो करता है, I guess.
मेरे को एक सवाल है, लाइक इट्स जस्ट अ क्वेश्चन, लाइक टॉपिक ऑफ डिस्कशन, देयर इज नो राइट और रॉन्ग इन इट. हाउ पीपल से दैट लाइक this Indian team should be winning much more. I say it, right? They should be with the team they have and everything like that. Like the oppositions are weaker and stuff. Are the oppositions actually weaker, do you think? Because the Indian team, they're saying the past Indian team, they had to face Australia, Pakistan, and everything, Wasim Akram and thing. But you also had Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid, Ganguly, Lakshman, Anil Kumble, Harbhajan, Srinath. You also had high quality players as well. Like if you look at it, like when you're in competition with that. So do you think India in general underachieved or right now, or do you think that the competition is actually stiff? Agar aap modern cricket dekhe to.
I mean, देखो modern cricket में क्या है? What I feel when you compare it to the era of Sachin, then there's a lot of lesser cricket in that aspect, right? Like वो जमाने में you had to focus on 2 formats and it spread out across 12 months आराम से, सबके कैलेंडर जैसे overbook नहीं थे, काफी और अच्छे. बट अगर मैं मॉडर्न एरा में देख रहा हूँ भाई, आदमी को आरसीबी का सोचना है, एसआरएच का सोचना है, उसके बाद उसको कहीं और साइन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर लेता, कहीं और कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन कर लेता. एज दिस एरा, आई मीन, and also like that era of West Indies are still compatible. I would probably say I feel that there are only like 4 to 5 international teams that are strong at this point of time, where you can call like Australia, England, India, maybe Pakistan, and New Zealand, right? Apart from that, England, West Indies is out. Bangladesh is अब थोड़ा थोड़ा rebuilding में है. अफगानिस्तान अभी अभी आए. आयरलैंड तो खेलते नहीं. जिम्बाब्वे तो
And
अपने को
Sri
मालूम
Lanka
है.
were also at their peak, right? In the
At that time, man, we lost to Zimbabwe. Remember, Douglas
yeah,
Murray killed us. Henry
yeah,
Alanga used to heat street,
that
man, used to
heat
kill us.
streak, yeah, Grant Flower,
Yeah.
Andy Flower, Alistair
So
Campbell,
there were
yeah.
so many much. Sean Paul, South Africa कितना बढ़ गया यार in recent times. अब Sean Paul, Graeme Smith, like John T Road तो बहुत पुराना हो गया, but like Graeme Smith, South Africa was one of the strongest teams in the planet. So I think it was just that quality of players was more, but now with these T20 franchises, anyone
You
and
are
everyone is.
underachieving now. Like it's not like
Yeah.
we should be doing
With
much
the
better.
team we have right now, yeah, we are number one in some sphere,
But
100%
not
हो गया
winning
इसमें.
tournaments.
Not like an Australian kind of a generation that they had in the 2000s. I think this India should have achieved this time.
Yeah, Markram is SRH captain. Yes, he is. The
Can't
Orange
wait.
Army has a new leader. If you see our wins and bilaterals, we should be better.
Yeah,
I think we should be
100%.
much
That percentage is
better.
crazy. And the only thing is like what is that, like I don't understand the problem. Okay, bilaterals mein you are like so, kill and thrill. Why aren't you able to replicate that in an ICC tournament? Is it because your mentalities are not that strong, or is it just that in bilaterals you get a breather and you come back and play? वो समझ में नहीं
Whereas the
आता.
women's team is not on that level in terms of bilateral. You saw just before the World Cup, they lost the Tri-Series final to South Africa. They lost their bilateral to Australia. Whereas the Indian men's team, they're solid like in bilaterals. कोई problem नहीं, home and away फोड़ के रखते हैं. But then World Cup में आके वो problem हो जाता. भाई मैं कुछ समझ में ये आप पढ़ लो.
जेएमसी कॉलेज दिल्ली की प्रिया पुनिया का ना होना. प्रिया पुनिया एज अ प्लेयर इंडियन वुमेन्स क्रिकेट टीम
हाँ
का
समझ गया मैं.
वुमेन्स क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप से बाहर कर गया. पुनिया बोले तो वुमेन्स क्रिकेट टीम का ने केन विलियमसन. सो बेसिकली पुनिया इज द केन विलियमसन ऑफ, I guess. I don't know Priya Punia personally. Like, I mean, personally, I haven't seen her play. Mustafa, if you know about Priya Punia.
No.
No. तो अगर रमेश भाई, thank you for joining us first of all, and hope you like it. अगर आप थोड़ा shed light कर सकते हैं, because I have not ever I've seen Priya Punia, but maybe the way you mentioned Kane Williamson को अगर आप टीम के बाहर कर रहे हैं, is it because an injury या कुछ और issue है, तो आप हमारे साथ share कर सकते हैं. शायद वो
Actually, she's
injured
played a
होंगे.
lot, man. I should know her.
Played a-
She's played a lot. Yeah, 61 T20s and 127 one day. She's played quite a bit.
Yeah, so I mean, I तो like Mustafa and me, I've just seen this together, but yeah, man, I don't know why isn't she playing? What's her age? Like 40, 38,
26.
26?
Yeah.
Oof.
तो आपके पास ये पॉलिटिक्स है, मगर फिर भी देखो आप, लाइक ये बात तो सही है. देन लाइक इफ यू सीइंग हर लाइक her stats and everything, I have to watch her play. I don't remember, man. She's
I
not
know
even.
the WPL में भी यार, चिराग भाई right है, WPL में
I
भी
don't know
उनका
why.
नाम
No,
नहीं
I've
है.
been watching Indian women's cricket for a long time. I don't know why. Like she is
Oh,
victim of cricket
she's
politics.
a-
So there you go. Like you're going to have that. If you remember, this is not the first time with politics. In 2018, West Indies में जो World Cup था, उसमें भी आप मिताली राज को ड्रॉप मार दिए थे, याद है सेमीफाइनल में.
हाँ. Yes.
caused a huge problem. Ramesh Pawar is under the scanner and everything. तो politics तो चलते रहेंगे, मगर अब क्या है
रमेश
on the
पवार
field.
रमेश पवार स्कैनर में आया नहीं आया?
It came under this only in the sense that there's a lot of criticism. मिताली आपके सबसे एक्सपीरियंस प्लेयर को कैसे ड्रॉप करे सेमीफाइनल से पहले, तो
बट
ये पॉलिटिक्स तो चलते चलते रहेंगे, लेकिन मेरा ये है कि भाई जब आप लाइक दिस आल्सो आप देखो परफॉर्मेंसेस, जब आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया अगेंस्ट द बेस्ट टीम इन द वर्ल्ड, आप उन लोगों को प्रेशर में लेके आ गए, आपके हाथ में मैच है, मगर आप फिर ऐसा हार गए, तो फिर देन नो मैटर हु सेलेक्टेड हु इज नॉट सेलेक्टेड, यू हैव योरसेल्फ टू ब्लेम, लाइक यू स्टिल कैन विन विद दिस टीम. She is picked by Mumbai franchise. She is picked by the Mumbai franchise. I mean, thank you
I
for
mean,
letting us know. I don't know
wait,
why it's not coming to my
we're
brain
talking
right.
about Priya Punya, right?
Yeah.
Surendra Punya, is this the same girl, 26 years old? She's played
Uh,
7 matches, right?
no, the one I'm looking at, it shows 26 years old, and she's played quite a few games.
I don't know. The one
ODI
I'm looking
debut,
at, yeah.
127 caps. She made her debut in 2019, and then T20 debut, cap 61.
Okay, then there's two maybe. I'm a little confused, but
या
yeah.
तो उस हिसाब से पॉलिटिक्स तो चलते रहेंगे आपके पास, लाइक पूनम यादव भी, आई डोंट नो इफ शी डिड टू मच रॉन्ग, आई कांट रिमेंबर, बट उसको भी नहीं लेके आए थे, लाइक बीच में छोड़ दिया उसको, एंड शी वाज रेगुलरली पिकिंग अप विकेट्स इन द मिडिल ऑर्डर. बट आप 2017 ले लो, आप 2019 में नहीं, 2019 नहीं, 2017 ले लो, आप ये कॉमनवेल्थ ले लो और आज का गेम ले लो, 3 मैचेस में यू हैड द अपर हैंड. Despite everything, you had the upper hand. Despite misfielding this, that last 20 minutes before the last half an hour, match आपके कंट्रोल में था, एकदम से पलट गया. So those last 20 to 30 minutes, you're screwing it up and you're not listening to coach Kabir Khan. उन्हें तो 70 मिनट बोला, यहाँ पे तो खाली आधा घंटा आपको फोकस करना था. So that's where it comes to. Yes, Faiz.
हर डर लगता है लोग क्या कहेंगे, हार से डर लगता है लोग क्या कहेंगे. न्यूजीलैंड आईसीसी मैच नॉट विन सीरीज में न्यूजीलैंड बीट इंडिया एट होम
होम एंड
एंड
अवे को मार सकते न्यूजीलैंड को, मगर वर्ल्ड कप में हार जाते हैं, लाइक आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट.
एग्जैक्टली. सो क्या है कि आई डोंट नो, मेंटालिटी की इशू है ने. इज इट द प्रॉब्लम इन द ड्रेसिंग रूम्स दैट आर कमिंग आउट इन द आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट? ईगोस राइज हो जाते क्या आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट के? मैं बोलूंगा,
आज तो कोई मेरे को नहीं दिखा, कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं था, जस्ट बैट चल गया हाथ में से, या जो भी है बोल सकते हैं,
ना,
लाइक
ये इसका नहीं बोल रहा हूँ मैं, इसका नहीं. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द न्यूजीलैंड सिचुएशन, लाइक वो हिसाब से. बट या आई मीन 100% that's actually something that we need to dissect के भाई.
पॉलिटिक्स
बायलैटरल्स में अगर इतने अच्छे
क्रिकेट
पॉलिटिक्स
स्पोर्ट्स.
वेरी, या वो तो हमें मालूम है, लाइक वी नो
तो
अबाउट दैट.
पहले से
बट
चल रहा भाई, नॉट ओनली 2019. रमित भाई, वो तो लाइक हैदराबाद में भी जब उन्हें खेलता था, उसको कोई कहाँ लॉक कर दिए थे नहीं चेंजिंग रूम में, देन आफ्टर दैट
उसको
ही
बेसिकली एससीए के वॉशरूम में लॉक कर दिए थे, बिकॉज़ आई थिंक
स्विच.
Tendulkar or someone was looking for him or something was there, and yeah, he came
This
for
was a
a
long time
selection
ago
thing.
when he was a kid, right?
Yeah,
Like
very long time ago,
तो
and
उसके
yeah,
साथ
it's
तो
just
पहले से
unfortunate.
भाई देखो, इंडियन क्रिकेट में आपको पॉलिटिक्स चलेगा. there's reason for it. There's too many people, there's a lot of money at stake, and you will
इसलिए
have
इसलिए मैं भी मेरा ख्वाब छोड़ दिया क्रिकेट खेलने का. मेरे को भी कहीं लॉक कर देंगे बोल के मैं डर गया, छोड़ दिया वाला.
खाली पैसे उड़ाओ, ऐसा खेल ले सकते, क्या प्रॉब्लम है. बट द थिंग इज,
वो भी
दिस
नहीं है
विल
भाई.
ऑलवेज हैपन, द पॉलिटिक्स वोंट गो लाइक. बट my main thing is that whichever 11 which goes on the field, especially these days for India in the men's team, if you see, I think is capable of winning, like tournaments. So it's like they
दिस
need to.
इंडियन टीम इज, बट आई थिंक अगर आप स्पोर्ट्स इन जनरल ले रहे हैं, रमित भाई के बात से अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ, पॉलिटिक्स इज इन एवरी इंडियन स्पोर्ट मैन. लाइक जो फंड आपको आता, द वे इट इज एलोकेटेड, द वे इट्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड. अगर आप स्टोरीज सुने लोगों से जो एक्चुअली खेल रहे, आई मीन सुनील छेत्री जो रेप्यूटेड फुटबॉलर है, इतने मेहनत से उनका नाम थोड़ा वर्ल्ड में उन्होंने खुद से लाया. वोंट से लाइक इंडिया डिड पुट हिम ऑन द मैप एंड स्टफ, बट ही हिमसेल्फ, बट ही सेड लाइक अगर आप ब्राजील, पोर्चुगल यहाँ वहाँ गए, गरीबी से लोग आके अमीरी में आते हैं. ऑब्वियसली यू हैव दोस रैग टू रिचर स्टोरीज इंडिया में भी, बट वेरी फ्यू. आप रोनाल्डो को देख लो, उसको देख लो, बिकॉज पुश मिलता है आपको. वहाँ पे
मगर वो
सिस्टमाइज्ड है, वहाँ पे
इंडिया
फंड का यूटिलाइजेशन का एक बताते कि भाई हम ये पैसा यहाँ लगाए, ये पैसा यहाँ लगाए. यहाँ पे वो सिस्टम नहीं है.
इंडिया में हर फील्ड में है वैसा, मगर आप
एग्जैक्टली, मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूँ. आई मीन दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. इट्स इन एवरी
लॉ में,
सिचुएशन,
बिजनेस में, हर
the
जगह.
distribution of fund in it. That's how India is like corrupted, right? So you can't really say that. MSD Kapil Dev was the godfather of Ambati, right? Yeah, I mean MSD gave him a chance in Chennai. I think that's why. I don't know about Kapil Dev though. जे जे सारा पॉलिटिक्स है जिस मैच में आया वो हार गए, ऐसे ही पाकिस्तान का रमीज राजा। जय शाह, आई थिंक पनौती बोल रहे, आई डोंट नो, आई एम नॉट श्योर अंशुल भाई क्या बोल रहे। हसन इज बैक विद द बैंग, ही एंड शादाब वर द मेन रीजन इस्लामाबाद में, या 3 विकेट्स
Back to
जबरदस्त
back,
स्कोर।
उन्हें क्या डाला, 2 wickets in 2 balls. It was Rockman Powell and Cadmore, I think. क्या बॉल डाला था,
या
मैं देख रहा था वो on the side. जबरदस्त bowling करा उन्हें. I'm enjoying the PSL so far, Fez. Like I think there's some good matches going on.
एंड द क्राउड, द फैक्ट दैट क्राउड्स आर आल्सो कमिंग इन, है तो
Yeah,
भाई वो
makes it
पाकिस्तान में मैच देखना रोना आता
they need
था।
to put more matches in Multan and Quetta and these places, man. Like it'll be more fun. South Africa cricket is also example of cricket corruption. Yeah, 100%. उसमें भी है political issues भी है, corruption भी है. Even Pakistan has corruption. Like every team has their issues, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, let's see what happens of India. For India, the women's, what's the next step? I think is the IPL. Now it's about learning from your peers and gelling together, like learning. Like Alisa Healy is the captain of the UP Warriors. Deepti should learn from her, and like she can be future captain of the franchise and maybe future vice captain of India. But like they have to take these steps and these lessons and carry forward, and hopefully they become a better team and compete at the highest level against Australia and England as well.
बोले तो 70 बाजी जिंदाबाद। या 70 बाजी या साउथ अफ्रीका में भी है सिचुएशन, पर साउथ अफ्रीका की जो 2000 आई थिंक 7 8 9 10, that team, man, that was, they kept growing, right? Like from Pollock's era they kept growing, and you saw
Even
Smith
before that,
Tendon. Yeah, I mean, yeah, even before that with Alan Donald and those guys, the Gary Kirsten, bhai
handshake,
kya solid.
handshake, Gary Kirsten, Herschel Gibbs.
I remember that 400 chase we saw at 3 o'clock in the morning. हम लोग जहाँ पे थे, me and Mustafa were on the call, like अरे भाई ये 450 रन है ना, कैसा वो करेंटीनी का आके 4 मारना and stuff. So South Africa at least, yeah, but I think South Africa doesn't have that क्या बोलते हैं आर्किटेक्चर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जो है, they don't have it like in India, right? इंडिया में तो भाई बेतहाशा ग्राउंड से, बेतहाशा सिस्टम से, बेतहाशा यूनियन से, एसोसिएशन से, बट ऐसा जब एसोसिएशन में आता कहाँ जाता वो किसको नहीं मालूम।
Tina,
TNPL also तमिलनाडु
Washi 6
प्रीमियर लीग।
lakhs, Vijay Shankar 10 lakhs, and Sai Sudharan 21 lakhs. Yeah, so Ashwin भी बैठा हुआ था उधर ऑक्शन में, आज उन्हें भी होमवर्क कर रहा था, तो देखेंगे। TNPL is very popular bro in Tamil Nadu. मतलब I know of course it should be, but like it's very very popular.
वहीं से तो अपना नट्टू आया, नट्टू सेठ।
Yeah, तो we'll watch that as well. इंडिया में आपके होम मिनिस्टर का बेटा ही बीसीसीआई संभाल रहा है, इससे ज्यादा क्या करप्ट होगा? बोले तो साउथ अफ्रीका, पाकिस्तान, बांग्लादेश, न्यूजीलैंड टैलेंट के ऊपर पैसा भारी पड़ गई।
Yeah,
PSL
100%.
by politics in the coming days, as PCB are planning to move matches from Lahore to Rawalpindi due to Imran Khan impending arrest.
Yeah, and also I think the economy right now is so messed up in Pakistan. It's affecting. I think कल का इसको statement, they're not even able to afford, feeding the soldiers and stuff. कुछ हो रहा है, and Pakistan is deeply impacted right now. But at this point, I think they've said out a statement saying I think it's not going to be shifted. Najam Sethi only said I think कि नहीं shift हो रहा, जैसा है चलने दो type. I think I'm not sure.
है क्या?
तका रही क्या?
तुम्हारा
तूफान।
तुम्हारा मतलब अभी 4 घंटे में अगर आप पिक करना चाह रहे न्यूजीलैंड और इंग्लैंड के प्लेयर्स वन ईच, किसको पिक करेंगे फॉर द टेस्ट मैच?
न्यूजीलैंड से मैं केन अन्ना को पिक करूंगा। केन अन्ना अनफॉर्चुनेटली डिसमिसल हो गया 2 बार भी, but Kean Anna is Kean Anna, and he's the most safest option right now with this baseball and all of these things. He knows how to calm his nerves and play. And from England, I think I'm going to go with Ben Duckett. Maybe Ben Duckett would be my second choice.
That's good option. I'll go Harry Brook, and
He's a wizard, mate.
And I'll go Darren Mitchell from New Zealand. I mean, Brundle is a good option as well, actually, because he can get you catches and stuff. But I'll go Darren Mitchell. Yeah, those are my 2 options.
देखना पड़ेगा if they can break the streak, right? बास्केटबॉल का देखना पड़ेगा कि तोड़ है या नहीं है।
देखो जैसा क्रिकेट खेलती इंग्लैंड, there's always a chance. There's always a chance. You can't because the way they play cricket, that's what's so exciting. Like like it's not like just boring cricket. उन लोग हार भी जा सकते हैं the way they play, so it'll be fun, man. I think Conway and Brook, those are good options. Harry's a wizard right now, man. He's killing it in the test arena. He's outstanding. So yeah, let's see अब क्या होता है. I'm excited. I think the forecast is clear, right? First, The
Yeah, for
Wellington
now it is.
has covering
Yeah,
of
right
grass 2 days
now.
from the test match, but it just had to undergo a haircut. The
Hmm.
one, yeah, it's a good cricket wicket. The one factor that may prove less surmountable is the weather. Showers are forecast throughout the week with delays. A probability I have.
Hmm.
तो थोड़ा
देखेंगे
हो सकता है
about
पर
it.
हाँ
But yeah, I
कैसे
mean,
पिंडा उड़ देंगे सो उड़ के
and yeah, this is something that also I was gonna say कि भाई 41 के age में भाई साहब कैसे करते हैं आप? How do you do it? At 41, and yeah, a lot of people say Umar ho gayi, ye ho gayi, but not for a few people. I think
he's
Umar is
extremely
something.
fit, man. He's extremely fit.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I would say the same thing about like a Shoaib Malik who was batting yesterday, and yeah, man, that
But
guy
the
is
thing
fit.
is, I'll tell you the difference. For a fast bowler,
Yeah,
to stay fit,
100%.
I'm not talking about like gym. I'm talking about like don't get injured and like
The ability to stay
stamina,
fit throughout
stamina
the
as
year
well.
and bowl that many overs
Yeah, stamina
consistently.
as
Yeah,
well, and not getting injured. That is insane, man. Like I don't know, he plays one format, but still, like that's incredible. Obi, he's playing the longest format, and उन्हें डाइवा मारता भाई फील्ड में ऐसा नहीं है कि उन्हें खाली बॉल डाल के जाके बैठ जाता और ऑरेंज जूस पीता. Like he doesn't get substituted that much. Like he's there, he's fielding डाइवा मारता दोनों ब्रॉड और एंडरसन ग्राउंड पे. तो yeah, super fitness.
ये है पॉलिटिक्स. वहाँ 40 साल का जिमी खेल रहा है और यहाँ ईशांत शर्मा का पता नहीं. पॉलिटिक्स के अलावा भी आई थिंक इंडिया में इतने एवेन्यूज भी हैं, आप डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो सकते. आप डिस्ट्रैक्शंस भी रह सकते. आपके नए एड्स आ जाते, ये आ जाते, वो आ जाते. नॉट सेइंग कि ईशांत शर्मा राह से पलट गया, बट आई एम जस्ट सेइंग कि when and Jimmy Anderson gets more disciplined. I think he's coming from a much more earlier era. And again, आपके इंडिविजुal पर्सनालिटी के
He
ऊपर भी
stopped playing also white ball a long time ago. So like he doesn't
या
play IPL and all that. So like that helps, but still like I'm not gonna take away anything from that. Like उन्हें 40 तक खेल रहा कुछ भी format
और वो
एक
भी
भी
टेस्ट मैच खेल रहा भाई. That's something
आधा
else.
भी format लो तो like it's a big thing. So he's maintained it, and that's also a decision you have to make, right? Like he understands his body very well. Like he knew when to quit white ball cricket, when to focus on red ball cricket, and he made that genius move. It's not easy. Also, you think it's अरे भाई उन्हें एक ही format खेल रहा, that's why he's good. No, you have to make that decision. It's a loss
Yep,
for him to play only
completely
one
agree with
format,
you.
right? Like
Yeah,
he'll earn more or whatever. He get more exposure in three formats. If he's playing IPL, he'll earn so much more. But
exactly.
he's made that
And
decision.
that's what Ibrahim bhai makes a perfect point over. He says that Anderson is fit and playing due to how he managed. And that is what the thing है. अभी इंग्लैंड जैसे कंट्री में आपको रहता भाई, जैसे मुस्तफा बोलता आप 7 दिन हफ्ते में भी खेल सकते क्रिकेट. बट अगर आप इंडिया में वो ले लो ना भाई, आई थिंक इंडिया में यू हैव सो मेनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज अपार्ट फ्रॉम क्रिकेट. एंड yeah, you can see like one day you're playing cricket, the other day you're in a movie, the third day you're in an ad, the third day you're in some other country. So I mean, yeah, I think वो हिसाब से you sort of forget your workload and you just think मैं पैसा कमाऊंगा in the initial phases, मैं fit हूँ, and then वो I think वो toll बाद में आता है. And I think it's just like that. Individual choices पे रहते हैं more than anything. इंडिया में ब्रॉड से बड़ा प्लेयर है इंग्लैंड, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में नहीं. केपी को बाहर कर दिया था ईसीबी में. I think board या broad, I'm not sure.
बोर्ड से
Board.
प्लेयर बड़ा नहीं है लाइक मतलब केविन
Yeah,
फिलिप्स
exactly. 100%. And अगर बोर्ड से पर यहाँ पे अपनी बोर्ड में कौन बोर्ड में चिलोगा छेद कर दे रहे हैं ना, लाइक छेद बोल तो चेतन शर्मा, लाइक बोर्ड में गिच्चियां हैं यहाँ पे. एंड आई मीन इंडिया विल नेवर बी एबल टू हैव अ क्लियर इमेज एज अ
नहीं वहां पे भी इश्यूज रहते लाइक इंग्लैंड वाज इन sad state like in 2014 15 before
14. Yeah, when
they were
Morgan
both
took
in
over. Yeah,
test
yeah,
like in test they peaked at like 2011 12 13 then they started thoda sa decline one day mein to they were very poor so phir, then they made changes and everything now they have a new like Rob Key is now in charge. Who would have thought like he's making decisions and stuff like that
yeah.
and you have Ben Stokes McCullum and these guys so they've made changes so yeah it's about that trying to find the right people. It's more of a mental thing. New Zealand, England, Australia players want to contribute more, and Indian players want to earn more. I have no problem about earning. The thing is, like I don't have a problem if you want to earn more. Even England players, if you see, like उन लोग आते, they'll come to the IPL. Like if despite like anything, yeah, they might leave because of a test series or whatever, but they do come and play. Like Australian players, they
But
come and play. I have no issues if you want to earn more money, but at the same time, it's yeah, like they're I think mentally stronger that they don't let it distract them. Like they'll still
I think there's also one more difference here. I mean, it might be maybe or may not be in a lot of cases, but in some cases, like if you see like the backgrounds Indian players come from also, right? You see someone from like a very raggy state, बहुत बहुत बेचारे हालात ऐसे थे, बट कैसे की तरह उन्होंने क्रिकेटर बन के, और जब आप वो मुकाम पे आते हैं, अब इसलिए आप देखो पाकिस्तान के प्लेयरों को देख लो, why they get into scandals and stuff, right? Because इतने एक्सट्रीम बैकग्राउंड से आप पीछे से आते और एकदम आपको कोई लाके बोलते कि भाई आप एक बॉल के लिए ये कर दो, तो आप सोचते भाई ये मौका, क्योंकि कल को अगर मेरे को इंजरी हो गई तो, और आप चार से आई डोंट वांट टू गो बैक टू दैट सिचुएशन जहाँ पे मैं ऑटो चलाने की नौबत या कुछ भी। तो इंडिया, न्यूजीलैंड, इंग्लैंड और न्यूजीलैंड, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, उनका स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग अच्छा रहता है, पढ़ाई अच्छी रहती है, स्टफ लाइक दैट, बट मेरा
फिर
सब
भी
इंडिया
सैंड
में
पेपर
देखो।
यूज करते हैं मगर,
हाँ,
फिर भी सैंड पेपर यूज करते हैं मगर।
वो टैक्टिक है बट लाइक आई एम सेइंग, सैंड इंडिया में सैंड पेपर नहीं है, इंडिया पाकिस्तान में सैंड पेपर नहीं है, बॉल खा लेते भाई, हमें तो सैंड पेपर मालूम भी नहीं है, याद है अफरीदी बॉल खा लिया था। तो आई मीन मेरे हिसाब से
सचिन
वही
भी कह
निकल
रहा
दे
बॉल
कम बैक।
टैम्परिंग।
भाई लड़ाई करेंगे क्या
नहीं, उसको
बट
बैन बैन करे थे, याद है? साउथ
yeah.
अफ्रीका के अगेंस्ट में बॉल टैम्परिंग करा था। दे बैंड हिम फॉर
जय
अ
शाह
गेम,
का,
वाज नॉट प्रो।
या
या
जय
आई
शाह
सॉ
का
रिएक्शन, या
रिएक्शन देखा, ये
वेरी एक्साइटेड।
कह रहे थे और
Only
उसी टाइम
Indian,
पे
he
आउट,
doesn't give
उसी टाइम
reaction.
पे
He was pumped up.
उसी
Yeah,
टाइम पे आउट हो गए,
he was
फन होती।
pumped up that time. रोय वर्ल्ड कप से ड्रॉप हो गया था। रोहित नाम राहुल और रोहित नाम पे खेलते हैं वर्ल्ड कप।
एग्जैक्टली वही तो है ना। Neil
न्यू
McKenzie, oh my, Mustafa's favorite player. New
न्यू
batting coach
बैटिंग
for
कोच
Atyas.
को
It's
कैसे?
not full term, but yet I think it will become. Neil McKenzie, man, oh my, क्या way back चले गया मैं तो, number 4 batsman. Oh my.
He's solid
Even
batsman.
Neil McKenzie, was Ashwell Prince back then, the same era,
Yeah,
or maybe
I
a
don't know if
little
they
older,
played together, but Neil McKenzie played a bit earlier as
a
well,
little
like
earlier. Yeah, he played earlier as well.
Neil
But yeah,
McKenzie.
used to call him MC that. And yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of old name, but overall picture ये है कि भाई वर्ल्ड कप से तो बाहर हो गए, ऑब्वियसली मायूस है। एंड अभी रात में एक और मैच है, मैं उसका देखने वाले, यूनाइटेड और बार्सिलोना का। अगर आप लोग फुटबॉल फैंस बैठे हुए हैं हमारे साथ देखने आए हैं, लाइक अभी शो देख रहे हैं, तो या अगर
This
बार्सिलोना,
can be a very depressing night, bro.
बिकॉज यूजुअली यूजुअली क्या होता है, मैं अपना उससे बोलता हूँ कि अगर एसआरएच हारती है, सनराइजर्स हारती है, पहले तो इंडिया में अगर एसआरएच हारती तो यूनाइटेड हारती है, अगर एसआरएच जीतती है कभी तो यूनाइटेड जीतती है, तो इट्स वन ऑफ दोस लाइक,
Just talking
यू
about
नो,
like Vinay, man. Vinay also says
आई
things
नो,
like
ऐसा
that.
होता है, लगता है, कभी कभी दिखता है, बट यू नेवर नो। एंड देन या आई मीन वर्ल्ड कप जब जीती तो यूनाइटेड भी हैट्रिक मार के जीती थी, तो उसे भी वर्ल्ड कप।
ये इंग्लैंड काफी ज्यादा टेस्ट नहीं खेल रहे हैं क्या?
या पाकिस्तान से
हमारे
खेले,
खेल रहे दबा के। अच्छा।
पाकिस्तान से खेले या इन लोग से खेल रहे, बट आपने को इसलिए भी लग रहा है क्योंकि वो 3 जो टेस्ट पाकिस्तान में एक साल का टूर्नामेंट था, वो भी इसलिए तो वो भी है ना कि भाई एक ही जगह पे थी, वो कराची में ही थी, एंड या मैंने
इंग्लैंड भी
होगा।
काफी क्रिकेट खेलती, मगर उन लोग स्मार्ट है, दे स्विच टीम्स एंड लाइक रेड बॉल का थोड़ा अलग रखते, व्हाइट बॉल का थोड़ा अलग रखते है, प्लेयर्स जो पूरे फॉर्मेट खेलते हैं, लेकिन
और वो
अगर
तो
आप
एकदम अननेसेसरी टूर्नामेंट था जो T20 वर्ल्ड कप के बाद ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ खेले, वो तो अननेसेसरी था, लाइक यू जस्ट फिनिश द वर्ल्ड कप, यू कुड हैव रेस्टेड एंड दे ऑल प्लेड द T20 सीरीज,
But
राइट?
they didn't need to rest because the next was the test match assignment. It was
टेस्ट
a
मैच,
different team going. बटलर खेल रहे थे उसमें, बटलर तो है नहीं रेड बॉल में, so like
या
that's why they're smart, and it's something to learn from India. I think now they're doing that. Hardik Pandya is मगर वनडे छोड़े नहीं अभी, मगर T20 Hardik Pandya has a new team, but so that maybe might help. But England, if you see their white ball is all it's a completely different. Like you'll have a few players here and there, but it's very different. Anderson, Broad and लोग नहीं आते उसमें, but then you have Harry Brook, Duckett, these guys come in. So it's, I think Jack Leach, he doesn't play, right? White ball,
या
whereas over Adil
एवरेज रेड
Rashid,
बॉल है,
Adil Rashid stopped playing red ball. तो
but
वैसा
yeah,
है।
overall mostly sad night, at least one half of the night. Let's see the other half of the night when Barcelona and Manchester
Eric
United
and Dumbledore, baby. Hogwarts settings are on. Magical night at Old Trafford, bro. You know what I mean?
hopefully,
You know
I'm
what I mean?
hoping that
The
is,
guy,
but yeah, no, not a magical night in South Africa.
he's
And
like
yeah, it was
Gryffindor, baby. Wingardium Leviosa. Joe Root plays in ODI. No, he doesn't play, but
no,
he
he
might come
doesn't
back.
play.
He might
He
come back.
started playing T20 a lot, so you never
And
know.
the reason, who's keeping him out, Fez? I said this before, but you didn't listen to me. So if you, but let me see if you remember. I said this to you, but you were in a conversation somewhere else instead of concentrating on what I was saying.
In T20
In wide ball, one day, both.
in one day.
You don't remember what I said, right? Now you're thinking like, who is that guy? Who is that guy?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
David Milan.
Yeah, okay. David Milan. Yeah,
He's
he
one
did
is
play, right?
keeping
He
him
did.
out of the. He's playing the anchor role, right? So he's keeping him
Mm-hmm.
out of the white ball thing. Again, so that's another player, right? Another red ball, white ball separation that you have from England, and it's working well for them. So I think it's a good strategy. Only time will tell how successful it'll be, but so far it's been a success. Pretty much
Yeah,
wrap. Would take a few comments. वार्नर कैप्टन दिल्ली ऐसा खेलते के लिए ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने बुलाया लिया तो कैप्टन कौन करेगा डीसी का? भाई सवाल अच्छा है. अभी उन्हें वार्नर तो वापस चले गया, उन्हें आएगा आईपीएल के लिए नहीं मालूम. कौन है भाई ऑप्शंस? अक्षर पटेल को देते क्या कैप्टनसी?
Manish Pandey.
दे सकते हैं भाई. उन्हें कर्नाटका को कैप्टन करा, राइट?
Yeah. SAT management seems to have sorted their problems out. A lot of former players willing to come in and take coaching roles, positive environment. Yeah, 100%. I think it helps. कि अगर आपके senior players तो एक चीज है, but senior players ready to uplift the team rather than like break it down and corrupt it, then it
A
will
lot of
help
these
you.
guys involved, yeah. Graham
And that
Smith.
is what I'm hoping with. I'm hoping with West Indies, but like they don't have money, so you can't say.
What about for India? Ganguly came in, that didn't really work. Dravid came in, it hasn't worked till now.
I don't know. With India, it's just a lot of egos problems here rather than I think
एमएस धोनी
corruption.
को लेके आए थे मेंटर, वो भी नहीं चला. क्या करना फिर?
Oh yeah, I think more than anything, it's just ego clashes rather than anything. कि भाई उन्हें बोला मैं बोला. I mean, just at the end of the day, one team and one call. But yeah, I mean, क्या
One
ही
is
कर
returning
सकते.
to India for the ODI series.
देखना पड़ेगा. इंजरी तो अभी I think है उसका क्या बोलते हैं. So it is there. Elbow में he has a hairline fracture. But yeah, I think he'll come back for the IPL because he likes the IPL as well. And उन्हें I think एक statement भी release करा था saying that if the board wants me to play red ball cricket, I think that I'm fit enough to play, then I will carry on. Maybe end of the year I see him retiring, so I don't know, from at least one format.
Maybe,
Red ball,
but
so
the thing is, if he plays in the Ashes, it's going to be a big risk, man. Broad खा लेता उसको around the wicket
yeah.
आके. Broad is his kryptonite, man. It's going to be a big problem for David Warner in that Ashes. So I don't know if they'll give him a chance. I'll be honest with you. I
जिस
don't see
तरीके
him.
ब्रॉड और एंडरसन डाल रहे भाई next level.
Yeah, उसको कौन से कैसा लेंगे मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा. That doesn't mean he can't score runs in England, but I don't know if they're going to take that risk because last time he had a poor Ashes series and now he's having a poor run altogether apart from one double hundred. So I don't know if they're going to persist with David Warner. I'll be very honest with you. I'm not sure about that. Because the Ashes on the line for them. अब देखो Ashes ही देखते हैं उन लोग. World Cup ये वो. First is Ashes, then everything else. I know Pat Cummins said India is the biggest tour, but Ashes is Ashes, man. For these guys, they take it very seriously. So that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think
pretty
that
much.
pretty much wraps it up. Tomorrow is the England South Africa, which is what, Friday tomorrow. Unfortunately,
England,
India
South
is out.
Africa, England, New Zealand.
England,
Two
South
matches
Africa, and
left.
England, New Zealand. So the semi-final is England, South Africa. The test match is England, New Zealand, and it should be a cracking game. Both games should be really good, especially that semi-final. I think will be exciting, and let's see. May the best team win. Unfortunately, India is out, but congratulations to the Australian team. Another T20 World Cup final. Incredible stuff from that team. Great achievement, and if they can win again, it's going to be cemented in in the history books. It already is, but I think another win, Meg Lanning will be like the greatest women's cricketer of all time. Stokes CSK option se bhi gaya. Like he's a captain captain option se gaya. Yeah, because he's not going to be that full, so he probably won't captain Ben Stokes because playoff में नहीं है तो फिर captain नहीं रहेगा आपका तो problem हो जाएगा. And one thing for Sunrise also, Harry Brook भाई उन्हें चले जाएगा जल्दी
देखना
आइलैंड से.
पड़ेगा. I don't know.
देखना
देखना
क्या
पड़ेगा.
क्या देखना, आइलैंड सीरीज और एशेस के लिए प्रिपेयर कर. उन्हें टेस्ट टीम में है भाई, नहीं छोड़ते उसको. That's
कितने
huge.
टेस्ट आयरलैंड के अगेंस्ट like 1 or 2?
That's massive, bro. I think 1 or 2 only, but like still like then they have the Ashes after that Punch test match. He's going, bro. Harry Brook. I don't see him staying in the playoffs if they make it. So, but they have backup. Glenn Phillips इन लोग है तो देखेंगे क्या होता. देखना तो पड़ेगा, मगर मुश्किल दिख रहा अब पढ़ना और देखना।
आगे से आगे नहीं सोचेंगे, आया जब वक्त दिखा जाएगा, अभी तेरे लिए तो लाइक यू कांट से
थोड़ा सा
एनीथिंग
स्ट्रेस तो
अबाउट।
है, लाइक मेरे को आई नींद नहीं आएंगी आज थिंकिंग दैट ही इज नॉट गोना बी देयर, ही कैन
आज
मेक
तो
इट,
नींद में
स्पेशली इफ ही
आज
स्कोर्स
तो
100 टुडे, इमेजिन स्कोर्स 100 इन लाइक 50 बॉल्स।
आज तो दिमाग में खाली वही जगह रहेगा कि वो बैट प्लांटेड थे लेकिन पाँव आगे चले गए। दैट इज द ओनली डिफरेंस इन द वर्ल्ड कप राइट नाउ। एंड या आई मीन क्या ही कर सकते हैं।
चलो भाई, इजाजत लेंगे। सबका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया for joining everybody. We really appreciate it. It was a good conversation, and I know whoever is supporting India, it was a sad time, but this part and parcel of the game. Har jeet hoti rehti. Chin up and on to the next tournament, next game. We're gonna watch a game in a few hours itself. So like, you know, sports action will keep going. So keep your chin up and take care. Jo bhi frustration hai, let it out and enjoy the rest of your night, and take care. Just last few comments, I'll just take it because बेचारे जुड़े हैं हमारे साथ। हैरी कुछ मुझे फ्लॉप लग रहा है आईपीएल में। मोस्ट टॉप प्लेयर्स नेवर सक्सीड इन आईपीएल। आई मीन इट्स अ पॉइंट, लेट्स सी।
Most top players never succeed in IPL.
No, Stokes said he is captain, that's why he's leaving early. Other players could stay as England could use the island test to try other players.
चलो सो जा मुस्तफा भाई आज। थैंक यू इब्राहिम भाई फॉर दैट अपडेट। That was actually an important comment.
Because he's
बट यार चिराग भाई हैरी मुझे फ्लॉप लग रहा है, लेकिन नहीं यार, वो he's gonna whack it, झाड़ू मारेगा सबको।
भाई
यार
उनमें कौन थे यार, वो पंजाब में खतरनाक जो अननोन प्लेयर्स आके मारते थे। एक पॉल वर्थाथी था, 200-300 मारा था। एक शॉन मार्श, नो वन न्यू हिम एट दैट टाइम। और एक था यार वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, वही टाइम पे पंजाब,
गोरा
व्हेन शॉन मार्श वाज हिटिंग। नो, व्हेन शॉन
गोरा
मार्श वाज हिटिंग। नो, इट वाज ऑस्ट्रेलियन गाय, इट वाज ऑस्ट्रेलियन बैटर,
आ,
लेफ्टी था शायद। उन्हें भी फोड़ के रख दिया था, आई थिंक इन द फर्स्ट आईपीएल इटसेल्फ। So yeah,
शॉन मार्श
kind of like it's kind of ulta situation where the star players maybe don't perform, but the unknown players come and smash it. So yeah, take care, guys. Mumbai big loss. Chopra out playoff se gaya to.
I mean if he goes to Ireland, yeah.
Yeah,
If he goes to
बड़ा लॉस।
Ireland.
और अब मेरे को ये देखना है कि बुमराह और जाफरा कितने ओवर डाल सकते, कितने मैचेस खेलेंगे, नहीं खेलेंगे। फिटनेस के हिसाब से देखेंगे क्या होता है। आई नो दैट अभी तो मजाक चल रहा है कि व्हील चेयर में है, फिर एकदम से खड़े हो जाते जब आईपीएल होता। तो अब देखेंगे एग्जैक्टली रियलिटी असलियत में क्या होता। लाइक विल दे बी
अब
एबल
देखो भाई, अब 2 हफ्तों में उन्हें व्हील चेयर में से उठ के ट्राई करेंगे एंड ओ चल रहा है, अरे फिजियो हो रहा है, आई एम बैक, शुरू आए तो फिर बढ़िया। आई मीन देखना तो पड़ेगा
पूरा अगर खेलेंगे वो भी देखना पड़ेगा, पूरा खेल सकते हैं नहीं खेल सकते। आई डोंट नो मैन, आई डोंट नो, बिकॉज़ बुमराह इज कमिंग आफ्टर अ लॉन्ग ब्रेक एज वेल। जाफरा फिर भी खेल रहा है अभी लास्ट 2-3 मंथ से। बुमराह तो मैं देखा ही नहीं उसको बॉलिंग करते हुए। लास्ट वो जब भी देखा था सितंबर में, जब उन्हें इंजर हो गया था। मुझे देखना है ऐसा क्या ऐसा करना क्या चाहते हैं ये आइलैंड के साथ।
वही तो बोले। आई थिंक इब्राहिम भाई सेड दैट ही वांट्स टू ट्राई आउट सम न्यू प्लेयर्स। आई थिंक
उन लोग नेदरलैंड्स को याद है, अभी समर में 490 मारे थे 50 ओवर मैच में, जाके पकड़ा सूद के रख दिया था।
ऑलमोस्ट 5 just testing other players, अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया के अगेंस्ट कुछ टैक्टिक निकल
It's
रही
good
है
for
तो
Ireland also, good exposure, man. Like it's time that we spread cricket to other shores, and for Ireland,
एक्सपोजर है कि
yeah.
प्रेशर है कि जो भी
No,
है। आई
it's
मीन
good. Like I mean, अगर Ireland Afghanistan अगर खेलते हैं ऐसी सीरीज, it'll be good for them. It's a good look, right?
Yep,
Chalo,
good
guys,
luck.
before we get any, I mean, before we get distracted again, let's go and we'll catch everyone tomorrow. Please join us and we'll review the game, South Africa versus South Africa versus England.
England
Chalo.
and New Zealand versus England दोनों भी हो
Yeah,
गए।
chalo, take care, yeah. Good night, everybody.